Hi there, this is Anita with Workflow Grow, bringing you Express Death Stretch, continuing our journey to improving mental health. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So I don't know about you, but nothing beats coming home to a loyal companion after a hard day's work. And it turns out that science has something to do with that. Research has shown that time with animals helps to lower the stress hormone cortisol, and it boosts oxytocin, which stimulates feelings of love and happiness. And that is sure to certainly help your mental health. The American Heart Association also touts a number of benefits, including that pets can reduce work-related stress. Pets can also help increase productivity wherever you work. Like when a dog joins a virtual meeting, group members seem to trust their teammates more, and there's just better team camaraderie going on. Pets also help manage anxiety. Now more than ever, many people are feeling anxious or struggling with mental health. So pets are a great companionship and support. Pets also help you to be more active. They give you a reason to get outside and get fresh air, get your blood moving. All of that improves your mood and your sleep and your mental health. And lastly, pets provide a sense of togetherness. The bond that a pet has with their owner or whoever is loving on them helps somebody feel they're not alone. And when others see and touch and hear and talk to their companion animals, it brings just a sense of goodwill and joy and nurturing and happiness. So if you don't have a pet or you can't have a pet, here are a few ideas to consider. First of all, maybe adopt a pet. I highly recommend adopting a rescue animal. They just seem to know that they have been rescued, and they seem to love more than just your regular animal. And if you can't have an animal in your home, then volunteer. Animal rescue organizations generally are limited by the work that they're able to do because of the number of volunteers that they have or don't have. And so volunteer to help at a rescue organization, or even if you're able to maybe foster on a short-term basis, that enables them to rescue more animals. And then lastly, go to the zoo. It's a great way to experience all different types of animals in their uniqueness and their cuteness. I worked for a science center that had a small zoo, and I know the highlight of my day every day was walking out into that zoo and just watching animals do what they do. I just never failed to leave with a smile on my face. So all of our stretches today actually are animal name stretches, and I will share with you a couple of different ways that you can do these stretches. So let's get started with that. All our poses are going to focus on pets. The poses and the stretches are named after different animals that you might have as a pet, like puppies, dogs, cats, fish, and cows. Some people have them as pets, some people have them as working animals. But anyway, that's the lineup today. And one of the poses, I'll show you an option for using a yoga block. So if you have one, you might want to grab it, and that'll be the last thing that we do. So I'm going to set it down for now. And let's get started just moving our blood a little bit before we move into stretches with a couple of sun salutations. So start with your feet about together or just slightly apart, shoulder width apart. Reach your hands up towards the ceiling. You can take your gaze up there and forward fold. Exhale as you come down, nice and slow. Halfway lift, draw your thoracic spine in as you inhale, forward fold, exhale. And come back up to standing, extended mountain. 2 more times, forward fold, exhale down, halfway lift, draw your shoulder blades in towards your spine, forward fold, extended mountain. And 1 more, forward fold. Halfway lift, forward fold, extended mountain. All right, great. So I have my mat on the floor because some of these poses there's a floor version, but there's also a non-floor version. So just stick with me, even if you don't have a mat and don't want to get on your floor, I'll show you all other alternatives. So starting with a puppy pose. So come down to your hands and knees. So your shoulders should be centered over your wrist creases, and sink your hips behind you, and then walk your hands forward. So your feet, your legs are parallel. So notice my legs are parallel. Normally in child's pose, your knees are out wide. But in puppy pose, your knees are slightly together, just a little space in between. And sink your hips towards your heels. Actively wiggle walk your fingers up towards the top edge of your mat. And create a little resistance by pulling on your hands while they're reaching forward. This creates just a nice opening in your shoulders and your hips. And then come up to tabletop. And you do a twisting puppy. So reach your left arm up towards the ceiling, take your gaze up, and then thread your arm underneath your other arm. So thread your left arm underneath your right and press your left ear down towards your mat. Nice opening in your lower back and shoulders. And then come back to center and switch sides. So now I'm lifting my right hand up towards the ceiling and threading it underneath my left arm and moving my right ear down towards your mat. You can have your palm lifted up or grounded down, whatever feels good. All right, so you can do that again on your mat. Another option is you still are on your knees, but you can use a chair as a prop for puppy pose. And so instead of my hands being on the floor, my hands are on the chair. So again, I have my knees just slightly apart, like maybe one fist width apart. And I have my head centered between my arms. So there's that version. And then same thing with your twisting. You can reach up and thread it over with one hand on your chair, like so. That actually feels very good. I feel like I actually can get a little more leverage this way myself. And then switch sides, reach your left hand up or the other one and thread it underneath. For a twisted puppy with a chair prop. And come on back up. And tuck your toes and come into downward facing dog. So we've done this quite a bit in a variety of different ways. And downward, this is your classic downward facing dog. Your feet are shoulder width apart. Your head is between your arms. And pull the pit of your belly in and up. This is downward facing dog. Now come through a high plank. You can also come to your knees and do an upward facing dog. So press your hips down towards your mat and forward, lift your chin up, and then come back to downward facing dog. On your exhale, flow through that upward facing dog, inhale. And one more downward facing dog, exhale. Upward facing dog, inhale. And downward facing dog. So you can keep doing that. I will also show you a version that you can do on your desk. And so just have your hands shoulder width apart, step a little bit away from your desk, lean forward, create a plank pose, upward facing dog with your hands on your desk, and downward facing dog. Exhale down. Two more, upward facing dog. This opens up your calves, opens up your hip flexors, your lower back, your shoulders, really gets it all. And downward facing dog. Last time, upward facing dog, inhale. And downward facing dog, exhale. Okay, and we got a couple more poses that we're going to do. Next is cat cow. And so option 2, come onto your mat into tabletop once again. And so cat is arching your back up towards the ceiling, pull the pit of your belly in and up, like you have a string attached to your back and it's pulling up, pulling up, pulling up. And then cow, press your chest forward and lift your chin up. This is cow. Inhale on your cow, exhale on your cat. Inhale cow. exhale, cat. One more time, inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. You can keep doing that a few more times. Another version is just standing. So place your hands on your thighs and arch your back up for cat. And then press your chest through, lift your chin up for cow. So take two more right here, whatever version you want, on your knees or standing up. Cat, cow, cat. Last one, cow, and cat. All right, so that's it for the standing poses. The last pose that I'm gonna show you is fish pose. And we'll both versions occur on the floor. So first version of fish, this is a great heart opener, chest opener, and shoulder opener, is come down to your forearm. So you can tuck your hands underneath your bottom if you want to, and keep your feet flexed, and just you can keep your neck engaged looking forward, or it feels really nice if you release your head behind you. And if you want to engage your core, if you want to do a little core action, you can lift your feet up, you can pulse your feet up, or you can just keep them more relaxed. So this helps to undo a lot of shoulder tension. So this is one option. If you like this, stay right here. If you have a block, a great place for a block with this pose is right underneath your spine, your thoracic spine. And you just fold your spine over the block and bring your hands out to the side. This is my favorite version. Feels so good after a long day of sitting at my desk. But just let your body just fold over your block. And come on out of that. And that concludes our Furry Friends stretches for today. I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste. Our breath work today is in spirit of our furry friends, although this is probably not a furry friend that you would necessarily have in your home, but one that you might check out at the zoo. And our breath work today is lion's breath. We've done this before, but you know, this is one of the best breaths actually for helping to relax your muscles and release anxiety and release stress, which helps to improve your mental health. So this breath work is called, as I said, lion's breath. The Sanskrit name is Simhasa, and it's simply a matter of inhaling through your nose and then a wide open mouth, stick your tongue out, exhale. Let's do that through about 6 to 7 times. So inhale, let it go, exhale, inhale, clear it out, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, roar like a lion. 2 more times. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale, let it go. And just doing a few rounds of that can just help to get you regrounded, recentered, refocused, and ready to conquer the rest of your day with more mental clarity and focus and less anxiety.